How did you meet my dad?
How did I meet Alan? Oh my God. I met Alan I was on a podcast, and I think it was called like the 5 Things That Changed My Life. And Alan was an engineer. It was this guy, Lauren Kling, who's a friend of mine. And he's like, I'm starting a new podcast. I want you to be my guest. They have you on. It's like the 5 things that changed your life. So you have to have like, you come in with like 5 moments. They ask you about it, right? And you talk about it. It get really intense. So Alan was the engineer there. So I met him. It might have been like 2014, 2015. And then a couple years later, I ran into Alan at this event for Futurama. It was like in 2017. And my friend Lauren introduced, it's like, oh, you know Alan. He was the engineer at this podcast. And I was like, oh, I'm looking for writers for Film Threat. I had relaunched and redesigned Film Threat in 2017. This was after a Kickstarter. I did one that failed and then one that succeeded. That's kind of how Kickstarter goes. But I relaunched Film Threat and completely redesigned the website. We redid the database, changed a lot of stuff, and I needed writers. And I said, hey, do you want to write some reviews for Film Threat? We kind of came up with a process, and his reviews are really good. They were really good. And Alan's taste is very broad and eclectic.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, that was like, so I met him as the engineer on this podcast. Then we, started working together as a writer. And then, we inevitably, with anyone I work with, I generally become friends with them just because, that's just, I don't know. That's just how it works sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, we but like, yeah, that was like, and now, so we worked together since 2017. So it's going on like 7 years of, working on Film Threat, and, it's grown. We didn't really know what we were doing on YouTube at the very beginning. Like Alan did reviews on YouTube, and he did it with a female co-host, Zoriana Kitt. And then I did interviews with filmmakers, and we'd post our videos and they'd get like 50 views. And I'd be like, I don't know that people care what we're doing. I think we're kind of just throwing stuff at the wall in terms of videos, and it's not working. I said, here's what we're going to do. This was like maybe 2-3 years ago. I said, we're just going to do 2 live streams a week. That's it. We'll do one live stream. We talk about news. The other live stream, we review movies, but we review it together. So we get your opinion and my opinion. And if, neither of us, if you've seen the movie and I haven't, then you just give me your review. And that's kind of how it started. It just grew organically. So, and then a lot of jokes, kind of came we kind of developed a rapport. But yeah, I don't know. It wasn't like we met and fell in love. It was like a thing of like, it was like we met and then casually and then we saw that we like had a lot of like common views on things. And then we were both dads. I didn't know any of this when I first met him. So it's just like, oh, like you kind of like little by little get to know someone. He's like a Disney fan. I like Disney, at least at the time. But Alan's knowledge of Disney, he's a Disney scholar. He's gone to like this Disney animation program. He's like read tons of books. He's been to the like Walt Disney Museum. He's visited like Walt Disney's home. Like he's like, which is like this historic place. Like he is a Disney super fan. So when you see someone like Alan turn on Disney, and when we were doing live streams back in the day, people accused Alan of being a Disney shill. They did. Like he goes to D23 every year and gets a press pass and gets like, like he's a super fan. So when he did that, it's not like he liked giving Wish a bad review. He saw the dramatic drop in quality and talked about it. That video blew up.
Yeah,
and
there was a lot of people.
50,000 views, huge. It must be way more than that now, but it got passed around amongst people within the animation community saying we have a problem. And this guy nails what the problem is. And he's a fan. It's not like he's like, I mean, there are some channels that just like you get the sense they don't like everything. I don't think that's entirely true or fair to say, but there are also channels that they just love everything, whatever.
Yeah.
But like for Alan to turn on Disney was a huge thing. And then when that video made the rounds, all these people came out of the woodwork, current and former Disney employees just started emailing us. It's
Wow.
pretty, yeah. Well, I mean, we just have a button on the website that says contact. You can just like contact us. The emails go to both of us. We just get, but it's yeah, that kind of changed things. Then it's like maybe there's an article here. I told Alan he should do the series of articles. It's going to take months for all of them to come out, but I said you should develop this into a book. You should develop this into a book because I think it's worth noting the decline of Disney. He really should do some sort of book with additional information and yeah. So yeah, I don't know. Working with Alan is fun because we both have a sense of humor, but also like we take what we do really serious. Like are like, look, we champion indie films. A lot of films we talk about, no one talks about. Like no one. Like I can't even say no without thinking of Jay. No. So there's a movie that's coming out this weekend called Molly and Max in the Future. It's a little sci-fi movie. It was at South by Southwest a year ago or last year, 2023. It is the weirdest. It's a little indie movie. They shot on the volume for just a couple days. It's weird. It's like Annie Hall meets Red Dwarf. If anyone knows that reference. So Annie Hall, famous romantic comedy by Woody Allen, amazing romance. It's called Molly and Max in the Future. I think the trailer's on the Film Threat. We started a trailers channel. So we spun off like 2 channels for Film Threat, trailers and interviews, because every time we'd post interviews on the Film Threat channel, they would just throw off the algorithm. So the Film Threat channel is live streams and reviews. But we started a trailers channel just because like I want to have a place where all these little small indie movie trailers can reside. But yeah, Molly and Max in the Future is weird. It's fun. It's bizarre. It's super clever. Like there's a scene where the 2 lead characters, man and a woman, they meet in a weird way. I don't want to ruin it. And then they have this kind of will they or won't they relationship in terms of falling in love. They're both seeing other people. They're traveling in time. And then they do this funny thing in the movie where they get on a thing called the poop phone. And the poop phone is the parallel universe phone. So what they do is they pick up the phone and they talk to versions of themselves in a parallel universe. And they say, hey, why don't you guys date just to see if it'll work out? We don't want to get together. Wow. We want to see if it'll work out. And then 2 weeks later, they talk to the parallel universe versions of themselves to see how the relationship went. It is the weirdest. Are you familiar with Red Dwarf at all?
I don't think so.
I don't think so either. Yeah.
It's a BBC science fiction series that is the weirdest series ever. It's set 3,000 years in the future where a starship is sort of went off its course. Mm-hmm. The last living human named Rimmer lives on the ship, and he's the only living human left. Humans don't exist anymore. His friends are a hologram of his best friend with like consciousness, and then a person who evolved from a cat, who's actually a full-grown human, but evolved from a cat, so he kind of looks like a cat.
That's amazing.
Red Dwarf is it is one of the most creatively brilliant TV comedy. It's a sci-fi sitcom. And so if you've never seen it, I used to own all the episodes of Red Dwarf on VHS. Ooh, and wow. I never got, that's how long I've been watching it. But now I just want to get it. I think I might have to get it.
It sounds amazing. Like I used to watch I think this probably make me sound very young, but like the first thing I've ever seen that's like it's like a comedy, and it was with like space comedy, was probably I think the one with was it Jim Carrey and the other dude from, I forgot his name already, Goldblum, where they were aliens and they met this girl.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. Oh my God. So, I think I saw that movie all of once.
Yeah, like so I'm like, I remember watching that, and it's this sort of I'm not sure, based off how you mentioned it, like this is something definitely up my alley, like something I definitely want to watch. And what's this new movie called again?
It's called Molly and Max in the Future. It's going to be on VOD, and it's
Nice.
Okay.
coming out. But there's the trailers on the Film Threat YouTube channel, the Film Threat trailers channel. We spun off 2 other channels from our main channel, but we share stuff from that channel onto their whatever. It was just we didn't want to ruin the algorithm. So in any case, just these are like the examples of like why I do Film Threat is because you can sit there if you only watch Disney movies, Star Wars movies, and Marvel movies, you would be depressed at how terrible everything is. If you only watch mainstream movies, most of them are not great, in particular now, because of just agenda and message, and they're not good. And so there's a whole new wave of these little indie movies. I'm not telling you that they're all great. They're not. They're probably more worse indie movies than Hollywood. But when one is really good, Earth Girls Are Easy. That was the name of the movie.
Yes.
Thank you, Patrick Bowser. Thank you for that.
Thank you.
Yeah, and thank you, Grizzled Entertainment. A lot of people are saying it. My apologies. I didn't read everyone. Shout out to the chat. Hail to the chat. Thank you for watching this live.
Thanks for checking out this segment of the Project Eggroll podcast. If you like what we do here, please like, share, subscribe, hit the notification bell, and you will know next time when we go live. We do go live every Saturday at 8 p.m. Once again, we are just getting started. Tons of more video to come. Thanks, and we'll see you guys next time.